Gustavo Hofman, my name. I live in Madrid. I am an international correspondent for ESPN based here in Spain.
Cool. How do you feel this World Cup's being anticipated by Brazilian fans specifically?
Well, I think that we have a mix of feelings in Brazil about the national team nowadays because the results so far haven't been so good. But even if the results aren't so good till now, I think that the hope that the Brazilian people have with Carlo Ancelotti is very high. So I think that now we have one of the best managers in the world, one of the best managers in the history. For for a long time, we wanted a very good manager at the Brazilian national team. I think that with Tite, we had our the best Brazilian coach available. But after him, we tried Fernando Diniz, we tried Dorival Jr., and they're not managers to work with the national team. They were good managers for the Brazilian football, but not for the national team. So now we have a very good manager. We have a group of very talented players. Maybe we don't have a group with stars like in the past, but for sure a very good group of players. So I think that that's a mix of feelings, really, because of the results, but also the feeling that this team can be very good at the World Cup.
So I tend to find that like fans are mostly optimistic, but then when you talk to media members who have to and journalists, we tend to be a bit more pessimistic.
Yeah.
So what's the feeling maybe within Brazilian media about this particular World Cup? Like where's the team situated?
You know that nowadays the media in Brazil uh, don't even think about how it's gonna be Brazil in the World Cup because they're all focused on Neymar. They only they only talk about Neymar every day. It's unbelievable, unbelievable. The Neymar is the main focus of the Brazilian sport media nowadays. So I don't know if Neymar will be or not be in the World Cup. I think that he won't be at the World Cup. I don't think that Carlo Ancelotti will call him, but for the media, I think that we know that Brazil has some problems in some positions. Like, for example, both fullbacks. I think that Brazil nowadays don't have a very good fullbacks like we had in the past. Roberto Carlos, Marcelo, Cafu, Jorginho, Daniel Alves, and so many others. Our centers are very good. In the midfield, I think that we don't have some creative midfielders. That's why Carlo Ancelotti's trying a team with four forwards because we don't have so many midfielders like in the past. We have so many defensive midfielders, some good ones, but I think that we don't have this creative midfielder. So I think that Brazil is one of the best teams. Is a candidate for the title, but we're not in the first tier. I think that we have Spain, France, and then we have the second tier, and I see Brazil there.
Cool. I'm asking people to maybe diagnose for me the state of their country's football, both domestically and abroad, like exporting players. Do you think Brazilian football on the whole is in a healthy place or in an unhealthy place relative to its own standard?
Well, I think that the Brazilian league is growing really, really a lot. We have seen so many international players playing in Brazil nowadays. We have Memphis Depay, for example, playing for Corinthians. Brazil, the big clubs in Brazil, they have nowadays a capacity of to buy some players like Flamengo that paid 42 million euros for Lucas Paquetá. So I think that the Brazilian league is growing really, really fast. Also because of the economy in Brazil. The economy in Brazil is doing so well. Brazil is growing a lot also, and we see, and I think that it reflects also on the pitch, on the football, on the quality of the Brazilian league. For sure, the best league in America, the Americas, no doubt about it. We still export a lot of football players. Brazil still is the country that most export football players ahead France, ahead any other country, and that's a fact. Anyone can check it in the CS Football Observatory. So I think that domestically, our league is growing a lot. Outside Brazil, I think that we still have many talented players. We are the base. of international players in Asia and so many other parts of the world. But we don't have anymore. I think that the main stars, also like we had in the past. Now we are used to have always the best players in the world. I think that we have Vinicius. I think that we have Rafinha, but it's not the kind of players, not the same kind of players like we had like 10, 15 years ago with Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Romário, and so many others.
Do you think that's part of the problem, that the ability of foreign countries to export Brazilian players at such young an age, they don't stay in Brazil long enough to kind of take in what older players were from the Brazilian league?
Yeah, that's a good team. That's a good team because, you know, the best Brazilian players with 16, 15 years old, they're already scouted by Real Madrid, Manchester City, United, Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain. And when they complete 18 years old, they leave the country, they leave Brazil. And part of their formation will be completed outside Brazil, in
Right.
Chelsea, in Madrid, in any other team. So I think that the world has changed. So is this a part of the problem? Maybe, but we have to adapt it. It won't change. It won't change. The big clubs will still be buying the best Brazilian clubs because of the money, because what they can afford with them. So I think that we have to adapt to that. The Brazilian team now is much more maybe European than South American because of the style, and also even because we have an European manager with Carlo Ancelotti. But we have to adapt. I think that we still have very skillful players like Vinicius, as I said, Rafinha, Estevam. Estevam is one of these examples, right? A very young player, a very talented player who left Brazil too young and went to England. But I think that his capacity, the way that he worked in Palmeiras, the way that Palmeiras works with the youth, I think that he left Brazil as a really talented Brazilian player. So maybe that's part of the problem, but we have to adapt.
Let's talk about qualification. So South American qualification is obviously very difficult. It shouldn't be for Brazil, but this time, how was it?
Very
Yeah.
tough because of the manager, so many managers, the changes that we had with our managers. Brazil, the Brazilian, and also in the presence of Brazilian Football Confederation, we have I have to remind everybody that the problem was not only the manager of the Brazilian team; it was also the president of the Brazilian Football Confederation. We had so many changes in both positions. Uh, Brazil, after almost 8 years with Tite and two World Cups with him, Brazil didn't prepare itself for another manager. I think that since the departure of Tite, Brazil was always expecting Carlo Ancelotti, always expecting him, and that became a really long movie because that never happened. That never happened, and so we had the mistakes with Fernando Diniz, before him with Ramon, an interim manager. After him, so Fernando Diniz and then Dorival Jr. So we lost so many time. We lost so many months with these three managers. Till now, with Carlo Ancelotti, he had a few time to work with the Brazilian team. He had a few months to prepare the team. Let's see what's gonna happen. But the qualification was very tough because of all of these problems.
How are fans with Ancelotti now? Is there a good feeling about him, an optimism because he is the name that he is? Or is there maybe still a bit of sadness with the style of play or what?
Now, much more because of who he is, because
Right.
of his name, because he's Carlo Ancelotti, because he has won everything with so many teams, because he's one of the best managers in the world. So the optimism nowadays by the Brazilian fans is much more based at Carlo Ancelotti history than the results, because the results haven't been so good till now.
What is he trying to do differently that you can see with the team that maybe past managers haven't done? Like, it's maybe his fingerprints early
Yeah,
on.
I think that a more tactical team, a more compacted team, defending so much more compacted with the two lines of four defending at 4-4-2, with the ball attacking. He gives for the players a lot of freedom to create, as he used to make here in Madrid with Real Madrid. But I think that his finger, the main differential with Carlo Ancelotti, when I look to the other managers, is a much more tactical team. At least he's trying to make a much more tactical team, especially without the ball.
Okay.
He always says, some weeks ago he said that defense win World Cups, and that was something that created some polemics in Brazil.
Stereotypically Italian then.
Exactly, exactly.
All right. So what's the plan at striker? So Endrick, João Pedro, Igor Thiago. What's going on with the number 9?
Well, we have to remember that we lost Rodrigo. So, because Brazil was playing with Rodrigo on the left, Vinicius Junior as a center forward, as a false 9, playing as a center forward, with Matheus Cunha and Estevão in the right. So, this was the Brazilian team. Without Rodrigo, this was the Brazilian team without Rafinha, who was injured. Everybody thought that when Rafinha came back, he would play or in the right or in the middle. Now, without Rodrigo, we have to understand what's going to happen, because Vinicius Junior will play for sure. Rafinha will play for sure. Matheus Cunha is a player that Carlo Ancelotti really loves. So I don't think that Matheus Cunha will leave the team. So we have one more spot, right? Probably Estevão from Chelsea. Now, so we could have Vinicius on the left flank with Estevão on the right, or Rafinha on the left with Matheus Cunha inside and Vinicius Junior as a false 9. We have some possibilities about the center, about one more center forward, Igor Thiago, Endrick. I think that both will be in the World Cup. I think that Igor Thiago really he was very, very good at the last opportunity that he had. He was the last choice in the last moment, in the last call up for the World Cup, before the World Cup, and I think that he really took his time, So Endrick has the confidence of Carlo Ancelotti. Ancelotti knows him, know his potential also. So I think that both will be in the World Cup, in the squad, as a possibility in the bench of Brazil. But I'm not sure that they're going to start. And always, I don't think that Neymar will be in the World Cup, but he can be.
So I think of some countries, like one of the people that I do the podcast with he's Nigerian, and Nigeria seem to have so many number 9s that it's hard to pick. There's Osimhen, Boniface. They just come up with so many strikers. Why does it seem like Brazil is in a moment where the out and out number 9 doesn't seem to be there? So now Vinicius may need to play up there, and it'll be fluid between whoever's playing. Like, why? Where's the number 9 at? Like, where's the Ronaldo, the Romario? Like, where are these dudes?
That's a mystery. That we don't even know also, because look at our history, our recent history, okay? We came from Careca in the 80s, legendary forward for Napoli, São Paulo. We came from Careca, then Romário, Ronaldo, Adriano, and then we had Fred and Luis Fabiano. I think that they're not in the same tier, okay? But they were really good forwards. Luis Fabiano played for Sevilla for so many years. Fred played for Lyon. Then we had this gap. We really had this gap.
Diego Costa's fault. It's Diego, because he went to play for Spain instead of.
Maybe he could be in the Brazilian squad,
Right.
but he chose to play for Spain. So we had this gap without a really 9. And now I think that I really like Igor Thiago. I know his history. He's an incredible guy, really incredible guy. I think that he can help Brazil, but he's not the same kind of player that we were talking about. I think that Endrick has the potential to be the next 9 for Brazil in the next years. Unfortunately, he didn't have the time that he needed to play for Madrid. He had to leave. Now he's playing for Lyon. He's playing very good. I think that he's gonna be in the World Cup, but I still think that he's very young for this World Cup. For the next years, for the next World Cups, I really believe that he's gonna be our nine. But we really had this gap with our nine.
Why? And this is a question I'm asking for someone else. Why doesn't Vinicius Real Madrid form translate to the national team in the same way? Like, what is your reading on Vinny? What are they asking him to do differently, maybe at club level, that he's not getting, or that he does do at Madrid?
Well, now with Carlo Ancelotti, he's working with the same manager who made him one of the best players in the world. So now there are no excuses about tactic, about position, about what the manager is demanding from him. I think that the explanation that I have is much more psychological. I think that the pressure over him is huge. I think that he thought that he should be the next Brazilian star after Neymar. And the pressure was too high for him. Now, with Rafinha arriving in the World Cup in a very good shape, I believe, as one of the best players in the world, with Carlo Ancelotti, I think that the pressure over him will be a little lighter. Let's see, but I really believe that. My explanation is about the pressure, about the psychological status of the game.
When I watch Barcelona, it seems to me, perhaps, that Rafinha is an emotional leader. Like how hard he plays, the pressing, he seems to be a focal point of what Hansi Flick is doing there. Does that translate to the national team? And if Rafinha isn't the maybe emotional leader or natural leader of the Brazilian team, who do you think is? Is it Marquinhos? Is it someone else?
Casemiro also. Casemiro.
Okay.
I think that we have some experienced players. Casemiro and Marquinhos. I think that they are two leaders in this group. But Rafinha is for sure a technical leader because of what he makes in the pitch, the way he plays, the way he acts, the way he defends. I think that he's an example for everybody and also a very skillful player. So if Rafinha can defend like that, anyone can defend also. So I think that Rafinha is one of the leaders of Brazil, not because of the experience that Casemiro and Marquinhos have, also Alisson, but for the example that he gives on the pitch.
Cool. Now, this is my selfish question because I do mildly support Chelsea, let's say. And it's funny because you've mentioned Esteval like 2-3 times. And in my mind, I was thinking, is it too soon for him? But from your answers, it seems to be that he's going to play a part even at 18, 19.
Because when Carlo Ancelotti used him, he was very good, very decisive. And he took the moment for him. So I think that because of what he has done for the Brazilian national team, not necessarily for Chelsea, because he's a reserve at Chelsea, so many games, but for what he has done for Brazil under Carlo Ancelotti, I think that he has a guaranteed spot in the squad.
All right.
And maybe in the first 11.
The pink elephant in the room is Neymar Jr. So you said everybody wants to talk about him. Obviously, I have to ask, if Neymar goes, what version of Neymar should we expect if he goes?
A very different version from the past. That Neymar, who was amazing, one of the 3 best players in the world, and the other 2 were Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi. That version of Neymar is in the past. Unfortunately, time comes for everybody, and it has arrived for Neymar. He's not in a very good shape, definitely. Technically, he has moments of shine, but he's not making the difference even in the Brazilian league. Yeah. He's not the best player in the Brazilian league. He's not making Santos a much better team than the others because he's there. Something that the Brazilian fans expected too. Everybody thought that, whoa, Neymar is coming back to Brazil. He's going to make the difference here. Not here because I'm in Madrid, but in Brazil. And definitely, this is not happen. This is not happen. So Neymar, if Neymar goes, he will go because of the history, because of he can do maybe in some games, in some moments, but also I also think that if Ancelotti takes him to the World Cup and doesn't start with him, it's gonna be a pressure so high over the manager, over the other players, you know. So I really don't believe that he's gonna be in the World Cup, but for sure a very different version from Neymar.
Is there anything lost by not taking him? So is there anything that you that reduces the team's capacity without him?
Neymar in the best shape is still the best player. Is still the best Brazilian player.
Damn.
The problem is physically he's not playing the best level. And when we talk about the World Cup, we're talking about the best players in the world. Maybe not in the group phase, but in the last phases for sure. And are you gonna take one player who can play maybe in the best for 15, 20, 25 minutes and deal with the pressure, with everything that surrounds him? You're gonna have to decide. But the best scenario, okay, the best scenario, if Neymar had the capability to think, to understand that I can help Brazil being a substitute, maybe not playing some matches, coming in some matches in the second half. If he had this understanding that he could help the Brazilian team like this, I think that he would be very useful for the Brazilian national team. But I really don't think that he believes in that. He still thinks that he can be the best player. He still thinks that he can help the Brazilian team being as the protagonist of the team. And I think that after all that we have seen in the Brazilian season, unfortunately, I don't think that that's the reality.
So I was doing the math, and the last time that Brazil had this long of a drought in not winning was either the gap between 1970 and 1994, or if you want to go back to the beginning, 1930 to 1958. So basically, we're in a window where Brazil haven't won it in almost the longest that they haven't won it ever. I'm asking people, what's the floor? What's the ceiling? Obviously, the ceiling for Brazil is winning the World Cup, and that's the expectation.
Yeah.
How bad could this be if it's bad? So what's their floor?
Well, just to remember that between 70 and 94, it was 24 years, right? And the World Cup was in the United States. Now, since 2002 to 2026, also 24 years, and again in the United States. So, well, I think that the floor would be not in like a preliminary elimination, maybe in the second or third phase. You know, Brazil fall down in the last two World Cups in the quarterfinals. In 2014, I don't even like to remember what happened. But in the last two World Cups, it was in the quarterfinals. That was our limit. I think that in 2018, we had a very good chance, a really good chance to beat Belgium against Croatia. It was a very tough match, but the quarterfinal was our limit in the last two World Cups. At least, we have to be in the quarterfinals. I don't see Brazil falling down before quarterfinals. So if something happens before quarterfinals, definitely it would be a disaster.
What's your gut feeling about the potential, though?
My hope is that this team in the World Cup play like a team, because individually we have good talents. So maybe with a good team playing together, we can have a team to compete against France, against Spain. For me, the best teams now in the world. I think that Brazil has the potential to be in the semifinals, and playing as a team can beat anyone. But this is not happening right now. I think that Brazil must improve to really compete for the World Cup title.
So you've mentioned Spain and France as the two favorites. So is there anyone outside of that group, minus Brazil, obviously, that you think may have a chance outside of France and Spain?
I think that we have a group of 6 teams, probably. Spain, France, Brazil, England, Portugal,
Argentina.
and Argentina, of course. These 6 teams, I think that the world champion will be one of these 6 teams. I don't see any other. It's a huge group, 6 teams. It's easy to say that the champion will be in this group, but I really don't see any other team outside the 6 that can be the world champion now. I think that we're gonna have some good stories like Norway, for example, but I don't see any other team competing for the title.
So, Gustavo, last question. Is there anything I haven't asked about Brazil, the national team, Brazilian football culture, anything that you think is particularly important, relevant, that people should know?
No, I think that there is one topic that outside Brazil, people really don't talk about it, but in Brazil, there are many discussions about the goalkeeper.
Okay.
I think that Alisson is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and like for example, you watch the Premier League, you know how good he is, right? In Brazil, because of the last 2 World Cups, people have so many doubts about Alisson. They think that Alisson is not the best goalkeeper, that we should have tried some other goalkeepers. So the feeling of the Brazilian fans with Alisson, I'm not this kind of fan, but the feelings of the Brazilian fans with Alisson is something questionable.
Who are they calling for? Do they want Ederson?
Sometimes they wanted Ederson. Now he's not playing so good anymore. We have Hugo Souza from Corinthians, a Brazilian team that has so many fans also. Bento is playing in Saudi Arabia, but was not also playing as a starter. So the feeling is much more of doubts about Alisson, not about confidence on any other goalkeeper.
I got you. All right, Gustavo, I appreciate you doing this. Where can people find you?
Well, people can find me at ESPN and also at my social media at Gustavo Hofman at Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
This has been really good. I appreciate you taking the time, bro.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much first for having me. I'm Jalal Bounouar, a Moroccan football analyst. I've been collaborating with international outlets in the last maybe 10 to 15 years. I've been collaborating with the BBC, with the CAF, the Confederation of African Football, and other websites in Morocco and overseas. So I'm attached to Moroccan football. I've been in so many tournaments here in Morocco and abroad. I attended the Russia World Cup, the Africa Cup in Egypt. So I'm always following the news of the Moroccan national team and also the players and the participation of Moroccan football teams in the continental competitions.
Sounds good. So how's this World Cup being anticipated by Morocco fans and media?
Yeah, generally speaking, as following what happened in Qatar and as Morocco became semi-finalist of the World Cup in Qatar, now all the eyes are on Morocco. To answer one question, what happened in Qatar, was it a chance, by chance, or it was the fruit of hard work of the efforts made by the Moroccan Football Federation? And then that's the main idea. So Moroccans here, they say one thing: we want to repeat what happened in Qatar, and at least to reach the semi-final of the competition in this summer World Cup. We believe in our team. We believe in the talents we have. We believe in this mixture between new players and the players who were in Qatar. And also we believe in the Moroccan new coach, Wahbi, who won the under 20 World Cup with the Moroccan national team, and now he is the head coach of the Moroccan senior team.
So, as you say, like Morocco are no longer in the shadows. So, what do you think did if I heard it correctly? Did you say that the expectation is to reach the semifinals again or do better?
I said at least. Okay, and I underline this. Why not? Why not? Here in Africa, we have to believe in ourselves. Why not an African team to reach the final, and why not to win the final? Even if we remember what the World Cup in Qatar, we were able to pass to the final. The problem that during the semifinal against France, some 5 key players were injured and did not participate. But generally speaking, as a national team, as an African national team, we have to believe that we can. Why not? Why not? Football is 90 minutes. As we were able to eliminate Portugal and Belgium and Spain, we are able now even to maybe to reach the semifinal. Why not even the final? We are not going there for tourism, and that's the main idea here in Morocco. We are going there to make the Moroccan people proud of their national team.
So, what would you say is the overall condition of Moroccan football? Like, if I made you a doctor, are they in a healthy place or in a not so healthy place?
Sorry, could you elaborate more your question?
I would, if I made you a doctor and we were to assess the condition of Moroccan football, would you say it's in a healthy place and a not so healthy place? And just, I mean that both domestically and the ability to export players.
Okay, so so far, Morocco, the Moroccan national team, it's in a healthy situation. And Moroccan football in general, it's in a very healthy situation. Why? We are the first African team in the ranking of FIFA. And this is a big achievement. When you are surpassing Nigeria, Cameroon, Egypt, South Africa, Ghana, Tunisia, Senegal, it means a lot. And also, we have key players who play in big teams. Ashraf Hakimi plays in Paris Saint-Germain. Mezraoui, who plays for Manchester United. Brahim Diaz, who plays for Real Madrid, and other names. So we are like big football teams in the world. This is one at the level of the national team, and this is not new because Morocco has invested a lot in promoting football, and we have one of the best football centers in the world. Is located in Al Ma'moura. It's a region near Rabat. And so many people come there, and they are amazed with the facilities provided by the Moroccan national team, and also at the level of the clubs. We have always been playing, mainly in the recent 10 years. We have always been playing, the final, the semi-final of the CAF Champions Leagues, of the CAF Confederation Cup, and now I'm talking to you, and we are waiting for the second league of the Champions League, the African Champions League, where we have Association Far Rabat playing against Mamelodi Sundowns in the Champions League final. So do you think all these things by chance? No, it is hard work. And let me tell you something very important that your followers must know about Moroccan football. It was a decision taken by the King of Morocco. In 2007, 2008, there was a big decision to promote Moroccan football. And the first application of this decision is to build the Mohammed VI Football Academy. So this academy, it's located in Rabat. It's not the center. I'm not talking about the football center, no, about a football academy that looks for Moroccan talents in all over Morocco, and they bring them to live in the academy, to play football, and also to study. It's like education and football at the same time. And majority of Moroccan national teams age categories, they are from that academy. And even in Qatar, the team in Qatar, we had so many players who are pure products of Moroccan football, of this academy. Like a good example is Azdin Unahi, one of the best players of the Moroccan national team, and also Naseri Yusuf Naseri, who scored that goal that sent us to the semi-final against Portugal, that sent us to the semi-final to play against France, and other quality players. So other efforts were made at the level of looking for talents in Europe and overseas. So you have to know that the Moroccan Football Federation has very professional scouts and agents who are in Spain, in France, in the Netherlands, who meet the Moroccan families there and try to convince them to let their players to play for Morocco. So it's a big plan. It's a big plan, in addition to investing also in coaching Moroccan coaches. So the achievements of Moroccan football are made by Moroccan names. For example, Walid Regragui is a Moroccan coach who led us to the semi-final of the World Cup. The Wahbi, who is now the current coach of the national team, is the one who led us to win the World Cup under 20. This is a big dream. And also Tarek Saktiwi, another Moroccan coach who was able to lead the under 23 to win an Olympic bronze. So simple question. Do you think all these achievements are by chance? No, there is hard work, and Morocco knows what the country, what we are doing. And I hope that this World Cup in America and Mexico and Canada will reconfirm this revolution. And also don't forget that Morocco is hosting also the World Cup in 2030. It's a big mixture of planning, so many ideas, so that we make Morocco a football nation. And so far it's a football nation. And you have to know that Moroccan fans, they love football. You have to know that the derby between Raja and Wydad, the Casablanca derby, is one of the best derbies in the world. The fans, the songs, the atmosphere. So Morocco is home of football.
The AFCON fallout. I'm curious your perspective of who is the champion, because you haven't mentioned Morocco yet as AFCON champions, but are they?
Yes, we are the champions according to the CAF. It's not my speech. It's not my idea. This is we are named champions by the organizer, by the CAF, by the Confederation of African Football. They said that Morocco are the winners of this Africa Cup of Nations, and now we are waiting for the CAS, for the Court of Football, for sport to take their own decision concerning what happened. I think that it was a successful tournament at all levels. In terms of infrastructures, in terms of organizations, in terms of the quality of the pitches, in terms of the attendance of games, in terms of the quality even of football, in terms also of the attendance of international media. We have seen media coming from all European and American countries and African countries, from Netherlands, from Spain, from Russia. So many people came to cover the Africa Cup here because it's in Morocco, and it's very important. At the level of football, if we talk football, the Moroccan national team, we reached the final. Some problems happened in the final. We were about to win the game. Imagine we haven't missed that penalty by Brahim Diaz. We have been simply and directly the winners. But the problems that happened, and our players were disturbed because the Senegalese players refused to play. And then, and the referee, his name is Ndala, the referee of that game, was not able to apply the law, apply the regulations, which means when a team does not want to play, normally they lose, and then that's why we went for the discipline, the disciplinary body or committee of the CAF. For that, we are not against Senegal. No, we want just to apply the law. So I think yes, we had a very successful tournament against we won against big teams, Cameroon, Nigeria. Can you imagine? Do you think it was a failure? No, I don't think so. And finals, some problems might happen, but I'm proud of my country. I'm proud of what happened. I'm proud of the organization. no single mistake. Even it was raining cats and dogs in so many cities, and the quality of the pitches. This is not my speech. This is the speech confirmed by Motsepe, the president of CAF, by Infantino, the president of FIFA, by the media professionals who were here, and they were given all the facilities to do their job. So I think Morocco has confirmed that they can organize flagship football events, and also the national team. They were able to perform well despite what happened in the final. But last sentence, we are the champions until the decision taken by the CAS. We know whatever the decision is taken, we will accept it, and I hope even the Senegalese will accept.
So I'm going to fold these next two questions together. How did Morocco qualify, and why is Regragui gone?
Okay, so the qualification for the World Cup. Oh yes, a very strong performance during the qualification campaign. The Moroccan team showed experience and discipline, and also quality of games, quality of that confirmed the status of the Moroccan football, one of the best, one of the strongest in Africa. So the squad also gained confidence during the process. We won all the games. We were one of the teams that qualified very early for the competition. And for Walid Regragui, he did a great job. But it was clear that after the Africa Cup of Nations, Walid Regragui will leave the national team. The main reason probably it's sometimes probably the performance. We wanted to win the title in a direct way, okay, on the pitch, as we say. But maybe the Moroccan fans were not satisfied with some choices, not the general performance. Some choices, like some players who came, who were called up by Walid Regragui, that were not ready for the competition. And it was clear. So the Regragui met the Moroccan Football Federation. They agreed that he leaves the team, and we give this team to another Moroccan coach. And Wahbi is one of the best Moroccan coaches. He can manage this national team, and he can also repeat what Walid Regragui has done so far. Walid Regragui himself said that I am Moroccan and I'm going to support the team, and whenever Wahbi needs my assistance, I'm going to assist and help him. So generally speaking, our qualification was very successful, very strong performance during all games. That's it. Yes.
So let's get into the squad a bit. So I'm curious about Brahim Diaz. What do you see with him at Real Madrid versus the version we get in Morocco? Is it the same player?
During the Africa Cup of Nations, he was better than Brahim Diaz of Real Madrid because he was the top scorer of the competition, scoring in all games. Despite missing that penalty, it doesn't mean that Brahim Diaz was not able to perform well in the World Cup. Brahim Diaz is one of the best players. He's a real leader. When he comes, his name is important. When we say the squad of Morocco, they say Brahim Diaz. Oh yes, this is very interesting. He plays. Even if we talk about African football, physically speaking, it's not easy to play in Africa. But Brahim Diaz, did very well, and I think in addition to Diaz, Ashraf Hakimi, Unahi, and other names, yes, Morocco has a strong squad so far. Brahim Diaz, I hope that he can find a way to play regularly games at his club Real Madrid, or at least maybe to change the club, maybe the upcoming seasons, because we need him to be 100% ready for games. But generally speaking, when he comes to play for Morocco, he does great work. So that's the main idea.
Hakimi is the best fullback in the world, right?
For sure. Do you doubt it?
No.
Yeah, this is not said by me or you. This is said by journalists from all over the world who voted for him as the best player in Africa. He's the African Ballon d'Or winner, and so many former players, big names, they said that Ashraf Hakimi is the best right back. And in addition to this, he is a real leader. Ashraf Hakimi, very strong when he with the fans, with the Moroccan fans. He loves everything that is Moroccan. He's always here, proud of his country, proud of his origins. And I remember his first days when he was 16 years old, when he was invited here in Morocco to see the conditions of playing for Morocco. He did not say no. He accepted to play for Morocco, and he continued working hard, playing for big clubs, Dortmund, Inter, Paris Saint-Germain, and before Real Madrid. So for me, and this is my point of view, Ashraf Hakimi is the best Moroccan player in all times.
So I mentioned Diaz and I mentioned Hakimi. Those are two players who I believe were born in Spain. Who is the best Moroccan player, or which Moroccan player is in the best moment who is from Morocco? Is it Unahi? Is it El Kabi? Is it Enes? Like who's playing well that was made at home?
So made at home, okay, but all of them from Morocco, so
yes, sure. But...
from Morocco, all of them from Morocco. That's it. Unahi, Asdin Unahi.
I like him. I really like him.
He is an excellent player. If you saw his last games, and now you know that Manchester City wants him. They are interested in him. They are watching him, and I hope in this World Cup, Unahi will make noise because his style is a Barcelona style. His style is Manchester City style. His style is Guardiola's, style. He organizes games. He, creates that balance. He is a real technical player who is a pure He's a pure product of the Moroccan football, Mohammed VI football academy.
Yeah, I thought in the last World Cup he was the most impressive player that I didn't know. I was like, who is that midfielder? He's so good. Let's talk floor. Let's talk ceiling. How good can Morocco be, and how bad could it be if it's bad?
The World Cup is not easy because you play against big teams, and the first game is against Brazil. With the names, Neymar is coming back, with Vinicius, but we believe in ourselves. We have also players who play, as I said before, in big clubs. When you hear the names of Moroccan players, I mean the clubs where they play, Real Madrid, Manchester United, AS Roma, with El Inawi. I want you to watch El Inawi. El Inawi, the midfielder, is one of the best Moroccan players. And for me, he was the best player in the last Africa Cup of Nations, Al Inawi. And now this week, we got very good news, by the way, that Bouadi is now a Moroccan player. The talent, the French talent that Paris Saint-Germain wants to sign next year is going to play the World Cup with Morocco. Can you imagine? We have a strong team. We have to discuss each game itself, 90 minutes. If we win the first game against Brazil, I think things will be good for the Moroccan national team. Scotland is also another team. So we have to think step by step. The first thing is to reach the knockout stage. That's number one. And then we discuss game by game. Wahbi, he is a clever coach. And Wahbi, he is a teacher of tactics. For me, he's better than Walid Regragui. Maybe Walid Regragui is better when it comes to motivation, that's winning spirit. But I think, this is my opinion, maybe I'm wrong. But I think Wahbi, tactically speaking, he's is a master. And yeah. So generally speaking, the only problem that I'm scared of is the defensive line, because we have got some injured players like Naif Akred. Recently, even Shadi Riyad, the player of Crystal Palace, I'm not sure if he's going to play. And we are trying to find a way to organize our defensive line so that we can compete in this competition. But generally speaking, we have also Nosir Mazraoui, who can also play as a central defender. He has already played in this position at Manchester United. So if we are able to solve the problem of the defense, I think we can go further. The midfield is so strong. The attacking, wingers are quality players. Probably we have a good goalkeeper, yes, in Bruno. The only problem that I think we should solve and figure out and sort out is probably to create this combination and this unity, at the level of the defense.
If Morocco don't win the World Cup, who wins the World Cup?
This is it a professional question or a wish? From an analytical point of view, or
like your analytical point of view, like who's the favorite to win the World Cup if we take Morocco off the table?
Probably this question, the people will answer you saying Brazil, France, Spain. I would say England. I would say England. So many people will not say England, but I think they can.
Okay.
They can. They have a wonderful squad, talented, hungry, and angry. They want, because long time it was away from home, as they say. England. Yes, I'm not going to say France and Spain and Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo is also taking part. Brazil. Yes, England.
England. All right. So you mentioned this, and it's funny. I had the question down. What do you think the 2030 World Cup has to offer for Morocco and Moroccan football? And what should people going there expect 4 years from now, you think?
This is a very good question. We are going to offer them a mixture of football level, games, and also the culture of football. They will see the Moroccan fans, the hospitality of Moroccans, the values of Moroccans. This first time, mixture of European and African organization at the same time, it's something gonna be very good. Also, the distance between the three countries, in 1 hour you can fly from Madrid to Rabat. From Tangier to Spain, it's only 30 minutes. So I think, and also the strategic location, North Africa, near Europe, people will be watching wonderful games here in Morocco. The Moroccan cities that are hosting the tournaments are very beautiful. Fez, the spiritual capital of Morocco, Marrakesh, Marrakesh, one of the best touristic cities in the world, that traditional culture. I think it's gonna be different from the ones in Qatar, in America, in Russia, that's modern life. Even probably they can go to Spain, Madrid and Barcelona, and even in Rabat and Casablanca are modern cities. But I highlight the Fez and Marrakesh. They will provide that mixture between modern life and also traditional popular culture. And they will like the Moroccan fans, how crazy they are about football.
So last question, Jalal. Is there anything I haven't asked about Morocco, the national team, anything like that you think is important that people should know or might want to know?
Well, generally speaking, the main idea as I started when I was explaining this, so many people think that Morocco is given something by CAF, is given something by the Football Federation. Moroccans are rich in this, not by football, by other means. I'm so sorry. Morocco has invested a lot in football in terms of training, in terms of facilities, in terms of all age categories, teams, and now we are reaching the fruits of the hard work, and we have to believe in Africa that they can make noise at the level of the World Cup. Since we won the under 20 World Cup, we are able to win. We have to believe. Why not? We can win the upcoming World Cup, and Morocco is showing that African football is in a real revolution.
Cool. Jalal, where can people follow you?
Yeah, I don't know, on Twitter, on X, on Instagram. Jalal Bounouar is my name, and Facebook. Jalal Bounouar is my name. So I hope we're gonna watch beautiful games in this summer. Yeah, so many fans are going there. Moroccan fans. Even the tickets are very expensive. Even flying to America, it's expensive somehow. But let me tell you that so many Moroccan fans from Morocco, or those who live in Europe, they are going there to support the national team.
All the links will be in the description. Brother, I thank you for doing this. Thank you so much.
Always welcome. Thank you and good luck. Thank you so much.